All right, you guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we are going to be installing this beautiful HKS Japan GT3 Turbo kit on this second gen GR86. This is the Hakone Edition. There's only one out of 860 of these made, and we'd like to believe that this is going to be the first boosted one hitting the streets of Utah. We're going to go over what is included in this kit. This isn't really going to be an install video, but make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe before we jump into it. All right, you guys, so HKS Japan does include instructions. However, it's all in Japanese. We're a performance shop. We don't need this. It'll be fine. We're gonna go through.
That's a picture book. We can still use that.
Okay, sorry. There's pictures inside, so we can still use it, I guess, but we're a performance shop, so we shouldn't need to. Now, in this turbo kit, you're obviously going to get your turbo. This is going to include nice headers as well as a catted front pipe with some really beautiful welds on it. We're going to be installing the Radium dual catch cam kit as well. We're really excited for this. This is going to help relieve any crankcase pressure that is excessive. Now, of course, the best part about this kit is you get the iconic HKS mushroom filter. This filter is known from all the way back in the 90s when HKS was putting out turbo kits for the 2JZ and all of that. Good jam there. So we are really excited to be able to continue that homage over into the Hakone Edition. It is going to include all of your gaskets, lines, fittings that you're going to need for this install. But again, this is for a first gen FRS BRZ. So because of that, we do have to swap out the flange on the intake pipe to get that to work. Now, the only reason we went with a Gen 1 kit was because the Gen 2 kit was out of stock. Reality is they both work. The main difference is just really that sensor in that kit. We are Utah's HKS Pro dealer and the only one in Utah to hold that title. So if you guys are needing any HKS parts, please reach out to us. Let us get you taken care of. You can buy with confidence from an authorized dealer like us. Now, we are really excited to go ahead and get these NGK competition plugs in, as well as a Deechworks low side fuel pump. This is going to help us really get this car dialed in and have the fuel to be able to make the power that we're expecting. Now, from factory, these cars come with about 228 horsepower. HKS claims that we're gonna be able to make about 273 kilowatts, which translates to right around 365, 366 horsepower. Ideally, in a perfect world, we would love to make that. Again, as you guys saw in our VB video, we are at high elevation. We might not quite reach those numbers, but 100 plus horsepower gain from a turbo kit is always a fun time in a light car like this. So we are going to jump into the install. We're going to kind of show you guys an overview of what we're doing. This isn't going to be an install video, but it should give you guys really key videos and placement of where things should be going. As you can see over here, we're using a brand new factory oil pan that we're going to have tapped and welded for the oil return line. What this is going to do is it's going to allow us to drain the oil from the turbocharger into the oil pan to continue to recirculate that system like you would see on your typical turbocharged vehicle. So we are really excited to get this going. It is going to be tuned via EcuTek by Delicious Tuning. So we are going to reach out to them. They're going to be a great help to us, and we are going to push as much power out of this car as safely as we can on this FA24. So stay tuned. Again, make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing on this video, so that way we can continue to bring you guys great videos like this.
All right, so we got the manifold installed. We're ready to put the turbo on. We did not end up doing the modification to the OEM pan because the HKS applied one ended up showing up. Save us some time. So let's go ahead and put this in. All right, we got our intercooler mounted. We're finishing up the brackets and trimming the radiator support and bumper crash bar. We got our downpipe in on the turbo, intake, the heat shield. We also got the Omni map sensor installed. And we're still waiting on the charge pipe to get the MAF housing welded on for the updated version for this car. On the crash bar, you basically got to cut the bottom half off and leaving just a little at the edge for structural purposes. You may need to trim more or less for this being a Gen 1 kit on a Gen 2 car. We'll see as we go.
The next morning.
All right, you guys, so we have this beautiful Hakone Edition GR86. The turbo kit is finally all together and in the car. We have already gotten the first startup procedure completed to make sure there weren't any oil leaks or anything along those lines. And now we are going to take it on our first test drive, make sure that everything is good, make sure it's hitting the proper amount of boost. We did get our base map from Delicious Tuning, and they have been awesome to work with, so we're really excited to get this car dialed in. If we need to add any adjustments for boosts, we'll probably adjust the preload on it. Otherwise, we'll need to add a manual boost controller to get more boost out of the car. But for now, we're gonna go see what it does, see how it feels, and we're extremely excited for this HKS Turbo kit because it's gonna sound amazing.
All right guys, we're back in the GR86 Hakone Edition. We did the base map logs, made sure everything's good to go. Now we're gonna go out and do some full watt logs and see how the car actually feels.
The next day.
All right, you guys, so we are here today with the GR86 that we just finished up the HKS Turbo kit on. We've got it strapped down to the dyno. The guys over at D-Spare Garage are hosting us as usual. So we're gonna go ahead, see what kind of power this car makes, and see what it does over factory. We did have Delicious Tuning go through and work with us. Bill has been awesome in getting us maps for this car. So it is all dialed in. Now it's time to get it on the dyno, see what kind of power it's gonna make. Let's see what it does. Guessing, I mean, factory they're about 220, so I think we're probably going to be like 319 on the Mustang. That's what I'm going with, 319. What do you think? 300 and what horsepower? How many horsepower do you think it's going to make?
320.
320, you're going one more than me. Great minds think alike, I guess. All right, you guys, we just got finished up on the dyno with this HKS GTIII-RS Turbo kit, and this car made some jam. Factory, they make about 220 horsepower. I think all of our horsepower guesses were off because this thing made 350 wheel horsepower on a Mustang dyno with right around 300 foot-pounds of torque. So we are stupid impressed with it. Customer's gonna be ridiculously happy. We cannot wait to get his reaction on it as well. Make sure you guys are liking, following, and subscribing. Stay tuned for all of our content. We have some more AWE coming this week, but really impressed with this turbo kit. So if you guys are looking for a turbo kit for your GR86 or BRZ, reach out to us. Let us get you a deal and take care of you.